Freedom Fighters is one of my all-time favourite games that I've played loads on the PS2 and am now in the process of replaying again with slightly better graphics than PC. In this game you play as an average Joe plumber who lives in New York. The game is set in an alternate reality where the USSR won the race to build the first atomic bomb and dropped it on Berlin to end the Second World War. The Soviet Union never collapsed and communism spread all around the world until the USA was the last democratic country. So your average Joe character experiences a Manhattan invasion from the Soviets, and you're thrusted into guerrilla warfare where you gradually become the leader of the resistance against the communist invaders of New York. Freedom Fighters is a third-person tactical shooter. Throughout most of the game, the main focus is you taking command of up to a dozen guerrilla soldiers. You can command them individually or as a group to attack, defend, follow, or scout ahead, so squad work is very important. The commands for leading your squad are quite easy to follow. Although the game length is quite short, about 10 hours to complete on average, the quality of the gameplay more than makes up for it. It's a game you'll want to play again several times. The AI is pretty good and fun to fight with. Your soldiers seem to be a lot smarter and better fighters than enemies, but enemy soldiers also use typical warfare tactics, such as flanking, tossing the occasional grenade, or taking cover. After each section or portion of the game you complete, you get cutscenes of Russian televised news broadcasted in a temporarily Soviet-controlled New York. It's quite interesting to see the Russian news reporter dish out propaganda as the game progresses. There's a nice variety of weapons to pick up on a battlefield, ranging from assault rifles and shotguns to rocket launchers and Molotov cocktails. Each has its advantages and disadvantages, so you'll need to know when to use them effectively. Although it's not graphically amazing, the overall presentation of this game is satisfying. Considering it's a game made in 2003, it looks good on all the console versions, and on PC you have the option to upscale the resolution and add extra shadow effects. The music to this game mainly consists of Russian choral chant, which really gives an epic feel to the game and suits the gameplay well. Gunshot and explosion sounds are generally realistic sounding. The only downside to the audio is there's just the poor Russian accents, but you can get over that quite easily. Freedom Fighters is an excellent game that I'd recommend to anybody, and I'd give this a score of 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching my first game review. This is Punkster, and I'll catch you next time.